Hello, it's Diane again. I know in my last video I said that I was done making Christmas junk journals for this year. But I have these two that I had made a few years ago. Before I started doing the sewn-in bindings, I used my Bind-It-All to make them with O-rings. And I had these in a shop for sale, and after Christmas I took out what didn't sell, and I've had them stored here in my home. And when I opened my Etsy shop in May of this year, I thought, well, I could sell some of the things that I had made previously, but I wanted to wait till closer to Christmas. And so I will list these in my shop now. They are junk journals, but they are made with the O-rings instead of a sewn-in binding. And they are large, like a smash book. Well, bigger than the K & Company smash book, but they're pretty big. This one is about 12 inches, not quite 12 inches by 8.5 inches wide. And the O-rings are 1 inch, and it just has this little tag on it that says Imagine, Dream, Cherish. You can take that off if you like. This was made with a vintage Christmas Carol book, and it's called Sing for Christmas, and I loved this image on it, so I left it on there. And I decorated the edges with scrapbook paper and washi tape, and there's some, I'm sorry, this book is so big, I'm having a hard time getting it in there. Metal corners on the edges because the book was old and frayed at the corners, and the back is just completely covered with scrapbook paper. So inside, I believe there were like 28 pages. Most of the paper is scrapbook paper. There are a couple of book pages. When I put these books in the shop, I had always put this inside, and it says how to use this book, and it just has suggestions for using the book, and I will just go ahead and leave that in there and just pull it out when you don't need it. And so let's just look and see what's here. This is from Tim Holtz paper, and then this, I think this is K & Company. As I said, I made the books several years ago, so the papers are not anything you'd find in the stores now. But I love this paper with the music on it. It looks weathered, and then there's the beautiful red flourishes on it. There's lots of room in this book for putting photos. In fact, there's a couple of photo mats here with some journaling lines. So photos and lots of journaling areas too to write about your memories. There's an adorable little Christmas teddy bear. This is a page from the songbook, and I put washi tape around the edges. And on the back, I put this page in from a different book, a poem about December. This page has a pocket with a little tag on it, and this little booklet was made from Graphic 45 sugar plum, or Nutcracker sweet paper, and I made it so that there's pockets here for these tags. They're just shipping tags that I stamped on and put some seam binding. These are just some big index cards that I stamped on and have these little K & Company flags to buy, to make, to bake, I need, and I want. Those would be fun for some Christmas lists. And then this piece is just from Tim Holtz paper again. Room for a nice big photo on the back. It's a little decorative piece of Tim Holtz paper at the top there. This one has places to list things, and I put the word favorite at the top, and then wrote on these tags Christmas carols, Christmas movies, traditions, TV specials, and food. And this little tag in the middle just says fa la la. It's from a stamp. Nice big photo mat here with a place to write about the photo. This one says stuff to do, These pages are both from the Nutcracker Suite collection. This one is K & Company again, and it's got a nice green library pocket. It says Happy Holidays on it, and a library card. You can journal on that or make another list on it. We always need lots of lists at Christmas time, at least I do. This is a vintage party invitation. This is a piece of Stampin' Up! Paper. And this is a Christmas card that I glued on as a pocket. And again, there's some of the Nutcracker Suite paper, and there's one, I don't think that one's a pocket. No, this one's a pocket, and it has a tag in it. As part of the story. And a couple of journaling cards. Nice good size ones. And this has a beautiful vintage illustration and a spot for journaling here. More journaling here. Lots of room for photos. This one has a little red flourish bag with a little ticket that I stamped photo record on. And this points at a tag to pull out. You can put photos on. Or you could even include a recipe card with favorite Christmas recipes on some of these spaces. This up here says love it. And then this one says note to self with a place for date and time. This is cut from my Cricut and glued onto this beautiful Stampin' Up! Scrap paper there. And a couple of pieces from Tim Holtz. And there's journaling spots on the back. There's just a little bit of glue residue there. Poinsettia paper. Oh no, it's holly paper. Gingerbread boys. There's some gingerbread men that are stamped on this one with a little gingerbread tag that I made with my Cricut. This says, write your favorite Christmas memories here. I love this paper. And then I used a journaling card with the Christmas lights on it. These snowflakes I made with my Cricut to put on this snowy paper. And then there's a little journaling card here and a ticket that I stamped and embossed with silver embossing powder. And there's a little room to write on that. Beautiful snowman here. And then there's a snowman here that I found on Pinterest, I think. I found it on the internet anyway. It was a free printable. Frosty the Snowman. That's beautiful. And this striped paper, I believe, is Stampin' Up. No. I'm not sure where that came from. There's a library pocket, and I just decorated it with some Christmas paper. Made these two tags with my Cricut. And since I made them so long ago, I don't remember what cartridge they are. I can look it up, look for it though. I may have had to borrow my friend's Cricut cartridge, so I may not be able to figure it out. But if you really want to know, ask me and I'll see if I can find out. This was the dust jacket for this book that I made the book out of. And so I included that, and this has a Christmas Mad Libs on the back. How to trick a gift snooper. I love Mad Libs, so that will be a fun thing to do with your family. And this one has a journaling card that says, so it's like this. This is a Thomas Nast illustration from a book of his illustrations, and this just has this cutout stapled on so you can journal on that. And this one is also stapled on this side. This one has a couple of tickets stapled on, Wish and Dream. And this has a card that says who, what, when, and where. And I just put a little green tab on the top of it. And this one I put a card on it that has 25th in red glitter. And a lovely picture of Santa Claus. And then in this pocket or envelope that has a sleigh and a horse on it, I've included extras. There's Christmas doilies, little die cuts. I cut this out of paper with either my Cricut, I think that was with my Big Shot. Just some leftover pieces that you can use in your journal. A couple things I made with the Cricut. So they're included in the envelope. So if you're interested in this, please come and check it out in my Etsy shop, which I will link below. Thank you very much. And I'll be back to show this journal.